Hey, good morning, good day, good Monday to most folks. Or if you're here live, good Sunday to you. Excuse me. Welcome to Office Hours Korean Natural Farming, sponsored by Pure KNF for October 8th, 2023. Second episode of October. Good times. So let's see here. I'm gonna go start off with some controversy. Why not? What's up? Also from Germany. I just want to show you this, which I find kind of interesting. So I watch my, the YouTube analytics here, and it's kind of interesting to see. But look at this, where this is the subscriber count, and in the last month, 28 days, there's 63 new subscribers, which is about the same as usual. YouTube tells me, so each month about 63 more people tune in to hear. But what kind of astounds me is that when I hit these negatives down here, so like this is each day how many subscribers joined in. So like, 5, 5, 2, 5, and then a -1. And I'm always curious out there, how often do you unsubscribe from a YouTube channel? Because I'm trying to figure this out of like, I can tell you in my YouTube career of like watching YouTube, I've probably unsubscribed maybe like from like 4 or 5 channels, but like vast majority of the ones that I subscribe to, I just continue to subscribe from them or, subscribe them. And it just astounds me that some days, like here, it's like -3, and here it's -1. And the reason I go and I ask that is because, it's like, I don't unsubscribe, and then all of a sudden here I'm hitting, and there's -3 unsubscribers on one day. So it's like maybe I said something in like last week's episode, October 1st, that offended a bunch of people, and a bunch of people were like, "Oh, I'm unsubscribing from this guy right now." Well, a bunch of people, I mean 3 people, were like, "I'm unsubscribing right now." Or what I'm getting at, like is that YouTube is just automatically every day unsubscribing folks. Like if whether you subscribe or you don't subscribe, like YouTube just automatically unsubscribes people. And so I'm trying to ask, like, how often do you unsubscribe from people? If you're not watching this live, put it in the comments of like, how often do you unsubscribe from somebody? You're like, "Oh, I'm over this content," and you unsubscribe. Is it regular, or is it just irregular, or is YouTube actually unsubscribing people? People subscribe, but each day, like if this was 3, maybe they unsubscribed 3 people as well, and maybe I actually got 6 subscribers that day, and I'm just seeing the net difference between this of how many people, because they don't tell you how many people subscribed and how many people unsubscribe each day. They just give you the net of what you get. And some days there's like 7 subscribers. Like maybe I said something on this office hours that was like uncontroversial and people loved and they subscribed. And then this one, apparently on this day, the 17th, I said nothing of value and people were just like non-subscribers. But I'm just curious whether YouTube is unsubscribing people or it is people naturally subscribing or unsubscribing. So let me know. Curious about that. But before I get too far out into the weeds, into the sticks, let's come back to some higher wisdom. Probably should have started there. It was the Juggalo reference. Yeah. I regularly unsubscribe when I feel like I have too many subscribers. I would expect most juggalos to subscribe. Maybe people don't like juggalos. Maybe it was the Whip It references. Maybe people were like, Yeah, meaning I never unsubscribe anywhere. I never unsubscribe anywhere. Like one times I did unsubscribe was when I was watching the Canadian trucker protests, and there was this guy Zot that was out there, and he was filming it, and it was great. And then his girlfriend took over the channel, and then she became like an only girls girl, just like putting like really lewd content up. And I did unsubscribe there, and that's like one of the main things I can think of is like when your channel takes a radical turn from being like covering freedom to covering like enslavement. And I was like, huh, interesting. But okay, so let's get some higher wisdom, and it says influence, wooing. In influence comes good fortune to those whose hearts are correct. The hexagram Hisen indicates the coming of an influence. This may take the form of a teaching from the sage, in interaction with another, or a disturbing or pleasing event. In any case, there is good fortune if you meet the influence with proper thoughts and actions. It's a good time to remember that like attracts like. If one gives expression to higher things, then one is surrounded by higher things. If one indulges in what is inferior, then one can expect to have the company of inferiors. Therefore, it is wise to cling steadily to humility, independence, gentleness, and openness. With others, keep an open heart, free of desire, condemning no one. Enjoying affinities while retaining your equanimity. With the sage, keep a clear connection. Seek resolutely to serve as a conduit for truth and innocence and goodwill. If the influence is challenging, persevere in correctness. If it is pleasing, also persevere in correctness. Maintaining your devotion to higher things ensures success at the coming time. So, I usually start with that. Instead this time I jumped right into that YouTube conspiracy because I was just thinking about it. But, the ultimate thing is I don't really care. If you like this, content and you like tuning in each week, I really, appreciate it. The only reason I think I care about the YouTube subscribers is that the more subscribers you get, the more your channel is shown in the algorithm to other people. And especially if people like and share and comment and all that, it gets shown to more people. But I'm not even sure that's still true. And I always had this desire to have natural farming spread further. So, having 17,000 subscribers is pretty awesome. And it's cool. That means potentially there's 17,000 people that could get notifications or potentially tune into office hours or potentially just, find Korean natural farming and find this information, which means if, there's 17,000 people watching the YouTube, there's that many people interested, which makes the potential of that many people out there healing the, healing the planet, healing their local gardens, increasing the microbe content around them, doing right, stopping climate change by stabilizing the climate with more microbes, and bringing the Gaia, the thing that Hawkeye is talking about, the living, breathing earth, resuscitating that and encouraging its ability to homeostatically regulate our atmospheres and those things. So that's the one. I mean, that's my when I hear that influence wooing, maybe all of a sudden I'm going to get thousands of subscribers and people are going to tune in and be like, whoa, this is pretty amazing. But I think the way it goes is it's just a small, tiny group of people that like this, that can make a huge difference, and that this isn't necessarily for the mainstream. And sometimes, I think I'm like here I am on the YouTube, and I'm glad you're tuning in, but I'm like, I spend all this time and energy and effort, and I look, and it's like 200 people watched it. I'm like, cool. I'm glad I hope it really made a difference for those 200 people, but I think of the billions and billions and billions of people out there, and I'm like, man, it doesn't like more people aren't interested in this. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I've been dedicated. I've been doing this office hours for like almost 3 years now. I think 3 years. So I don't know, a long time. And I'm like, man, there's so much Korean natural farming wisdom put out there, and and I appreciate you guys tuning in. There's lots of regulars here in the house. We got Solar Gourmet, we got the Goof Man, love you, man. It's awesome. We got Sidhu from Senegal. We got Eyewitness coming down from coming up from Florida down. I don't know. I think you're probably higher latitude than me. But we got all one same. Yep. I noticed you were commenting on some stuff the other day. It's good. You're higher than me. Yeah. Hi. um. Solar Guard, yeah, the Jeremy, I already said that. And Poland in the house, what's up? And Andrew up in Poland, how's it, brethren? Um, you know, and we got James coming in from Tanzania. So we got multiple continents in the house here. And my other favorite quote by Margaret Mead is, it's easier to change a man's religion than to change a man's diet. So speaking of Margaret Mead, and that small people can do things, small things can do things, like the microbes, man. They're regulating our climate, regulating our atmosphere, regulating our minds, our bodies, right? If you guys have ever learned about the mind-body connection between the gut, what is that thing called? Let's see. Let's just go to the internet and ask the internet. Gut brain connection. Gut brain connection. Come on. There's some word for it. There's some special thing, but look at all these things here. Like this, I don't know. Let's just click on this link. It looks PubMed Central. PubMed might be National Library of Medicine. Looks like a publication. National Center for Biotechnology Information. Okay, this looks like. But it's saying the gut is an important organ with a digestive and immune regulatory functions which consistently harbor microbiome ecosystem. The gut microbiome cooperates with the host to regulate the development and function of the immune, metabolic, and nervous system. So it can influence disease process in the gut as well as extra intestinal organs, including the brain. So, your gut microflora can influence your brain, right? And there's, through dynamic bidirectional communication along the gut-brain axis. So, the brain gut. So all of us wanting to, be better here. I'm not going to read this whole thing. That was all I really wanted to see, was that they made this claim here that there's bidirectional communication between the gut-brain axis, and that thoughts, thinking, being a good person can be directly influenced by your gut microbiome. So if your guts are upset and you are eating bad food or pesticides a whole bunch, or inflammatory foods because there's pesticide residue in there, and then all of a sudden you can't think good no more. When you can't think good, then how the heck are you ever going to do good things. So number one, fixing your guts, providing good food for yourself, for others, trying to eat good things, get good, the gut barrier, the brain axis, all these things, man. So the climate change, I hope that's what I'm hoping, like that the subscribers here understand that, by changing the microbes you can cultivate, the indigenous microbes around you, cultivating them, spreading more of them around you, that it actually helps you think better and your nervous system be more relaxed, more functional as a body, as a human being, as an immune system. And then you realize that, oh man, we should maybe care about the ocean. And oh man, the other day I was getting into microplastics and the feminization of men via microplastics, because the default is women, right? Women is, XX hormone and then XX chromosomes. But the men have the XY, and that you actually have to like turn into a male during the gestation process. The default is actually woman. And so the microplastics get in there and they mess with the hormones. And then your gut microbiome also impacts your hormones. And so as these microplastics get in there, then you get feminized men, and the distance between your butthole and the bottom of your nutsack gets shorter, and that makes you more and more feminine. And it happens generationally, where if your mom ingests microplastics while you're being born, then your that distance is shorter, and then you then pass on that shorter, and then it gets shorter and shorter, and plastics are basically just feminizing, returning us all back to the females. And, in the gut microbiome and all this, as we destroy our gut microbiomes, then our hormone regulation is worse, and what's supposed to naturally occur is being messed up, and all these things. So, it's cool if people want to be, whatever they want to be, but if you're being feminized because of microplastics, where that's kind of a different deal. Like your environment is making you a feminine. You're losing your manlyhood just because of microplastics and bad gut brain hormones connections. Yeah. So anyway, oh man, you guys are making animal amino acid in the thing there. Oh man. Oof. Let's see here. What else is going on? Let's get to this maybe. Here's something interesting. Once Rob Hopkins, Transition Town. I haven't heard of that. Let's look him up. Rob Hopkins, Transition Town. What is this? He's a good-looking guy. Let's see. He looks like an aviator. Maybe it's just the clothes. Transition Network about Rob Hopkins. Let's see. Well, we'll read the Wikipedia. It's always the worst source to quote from. Let's bring this in a little bit so you guys can see. He's an activist, writer on environmental issues based in Totnes, England. He's best known as the founder and figurehead of the transition movement, which he initiated in 2005. He's written 6 books. Man, I gotta get up to this guy's level. According to Bill McKibben, there's no one on earth who's done more environmental stuff and more inspired more doing than Rob Hopkins. I wonder if he knows KNF. Is he still alive? Who knows? So maybe I got to take some inspiration from this dude. What did he do better than I did? Let's see, transition town tautness. He made a graphic. Positive action together, changing the world. In a changing world. Okay, so he has, what does he have? Money, yelling at people, ride a bike around your house, people getting ground up by gears, healthy hearts, that's always good. Yep, healthy hearts. Radioactive light bulbs and apples. Okay, I like this guy. He seems like he's onto the right things. Let's see here. Man, I'm not feeling like reading this right now. But his town got an award. Got an Ashton Award for behavior change. Whoa. Change. I wonder if he made people have a different diet. Look at all these people. A conference. That reminds me of the things we did with natural farming, where we'd have groups this big come out, see Master Cho. We did a whole bunch, thousands of people. He had a brewery. Oh, that's his secret. He had a brewery. He had people come around and drink Pandit IPA, and it was Britain's 17th hottest beer. I don't know, like warm beer. Maybe they're into warm beer there. I don't know. Around here, not that much. But that's the key. Get people drunk. Then you can change their minds easily, suggest different things to them. Plus, people love beer, right? It's just like the coffee shops back in the day. People get new ideas, come there. Dairy Crest. Oh, it's not really dairy. I'm into dairies. I'd start a milk bar. Come and drink milk. Get sloshed on Lactobacillus. Awards and recognition. Okay, so these guys, he has a lot of awards. I'm not seeing much information on what he did besides starting this town and this. It seems like someone needs to fill out this Wikipedia page. It needs additional citations and verification. And it's written by someone with a close connection to this subject. So again, maybe he wrote it himself. You can't write your own biography on Wikipedia. They frown on that. They're like, no, someone else must write this. Just because you think you're important, you're not. Even if you made a brewery and won all these awards. So I wonder, let's read what I got onto this comment. Let's see what actually was the comment. Was asked if he really believes that he makes any difference with his urban gardening, local currencies. He answered, you never know where the tipping point is. Okay. So he's not even sure if he made a difference. And that's, you never know where the tipping point is. Right? I always talk about KNF being an exponential thing where it's growing, it's growing, it's growing. I teach you, you teach someone else. Those people teach more people. It grows exponentially. You never know where the tipping point is. So it's always interesting. I'll look into this dude and see what he's doing, because 21 stories of transition, although in 2023 that could be taken differently. The transition companion, the transition handbook, this could be construed differently in today's day and age. So let's see here. I mean, I've definitely inspired some people out there for sure. Like Eyewitness making alligator amino acid. It seems I would think, for some reason, I always think of alligators as being like fatty. I've eaten alligator before. I ate it in Berlin, Germany, actually, of all weird places to eat an alligator. Also ate a kangaroo there. It's kind of weird, right? Why would you have an alligator and a kangaroo in Germany? But, when in Germany, eat kangaroo and alligator, I guess. I don't know. I think one guy went to Montana State University, and one guy, I think, brought in an alligator and ate it. I'm not sure if I ate it there, but I think it's pretty fatty, the alligator. So if you get aminos, you're going to get some soluble fats too. Those lactobacillus will break down those fats, make polyfat chains. But yeah. So, well, we're all over here today. What's up, Cecily? How are you? Um, oh, here's another book. Let's look up this guy. Let's see. David Perlmutter, MD. He's a medical doctor. So let's see. Transition over here. Why are you trying to tell me about controlling my personal data? Just stop tracing me. Let's see here. This guy, Dr. Perlmutter. Let's check out his Wikipedia just because that's, man, it's the worst source, but I just, he's a celebrity doctor. Oh, he's in Florida. You should check him out, bro. Eyewitness, go check this dude out. Should interview him for the office hours here. He's a celebrity doctor. That's pretty much what I am too. I'm a celebrity doctor. Yeah, I celebrity. I'm not really a doctor. I'm just a celebrity doctor. Let's see. His father was a neurosurgeon in Miami, and then he got a doctor of medicine from Miami School of Medicine. He's also a fellow of the American College of Nutrition. He was on Dr. Oz and Men's Health. Men's Health. That guy looks healthy, huh? Dr. Oz show. Gluten causes neurological conditions. I don't know if gluten does, but I know that the stuff that binds with gluten then gets stuck in your gut does. I'm not sure it's gluten itself. People always blame gluten, but I'm like, we've been eating gluten forever. Ghostwriter. Oh, so he had a ghostwriter work with him. And she also worked with Sanjay Gupta, Mr. I'm in the Plague movie, and then I'm talking about the real, like a thing on TV. David Angus, I don't know who that is. He's a cancer researcher. Interesting. The End of Illness. The Grain Brain. And then they plagiarized this other guy's book. Perlmutter published Drop Acid. Uric acid. Okay, I thought he was talking about like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Okay, so this guy's like a celebrity, and he's just kind of on this hip thing of like blood, gut-brain connection. Apparently, people don't like him. But Paleolithic diets, man, that's where it's at. Yeah, eating meat, eating good meat. Okay, grain brain, chronic. Yeah, I'm not sure about this ingestion of carbohydrates. I'm pretty sure it's that we're spraying chemicals on these things and then eating them. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to get into the diet thing. My wife is really into that whole diet deal, and she's always like, "Stop eating pasta." I'm like, "It's organic, man." Plus, I like it, and I like potatoes, and I eat a balanced diet, and I eat lots of meat too. I love meat, and I grow my own cows, so I'm eating not just like CAFO meat. I'm eating meat that we I personally shot it in the head and killed it and then cut it up with a knife and put it in the freezer myself. So, but cholesterol and saturated fats are awesome. I love those things. They're so good. And the idea that fat makes you fat, it doesn't. Maybe if fat made you fat, my wife would be like super fat. She's like really skinny and she eats fat all day. It's a silly book because people don't like that. And hormonal birth control, that's pretty gnarly stuff. Okay, so microbiome expert Jonathan Eisen. This guy looks legit. He got a nice beard. He looks like that guy, what's that? The funny guy. Maybe his brother. But he criticized the brain maker to think we can magically heal diseases by changing to a gluten-free diet and taking some probiotics is idiotic. Because I don't understand the biome connection. It resembles more the presentation of a snake oil salesman than a person actually interested in finding out how to help people. Well, yeah, it's probably you got to look at the bigger issues, you know, the plastic in your diet that's making you, you know, all these other things. So, schedule vaccines separately. It's probably a good idea. Taking all of them at one time, probably not a good idea. Contrary to advice from the CDC, who's going to trust those guys? They say it's safe and effective. It wasn't safe nor effective. He's listed by Quackwatch, so you gotta know that people they try to ostracize on Quackwatch are probably worth researching. Just know what they know. This guy, man, he got all bent out of shape, saying it's a silly book, and then look at this guy. He looks who's the guy he looks like? Who knows? It's like the guy. I forget. It's like an internet meme guy. Jonathan Eisen. Okay, so permaculture TG. Okay, so let's get back. I've been out on this gut biome thing. I just, it's what I've been into lately. So I just, look at all these things. It's great when you guys give me sources like this to look into, research a few more people, find out what they're saying, effective people that are onto the gut-brain connection, all this. I appreciate that. I like to learn too. Some may say I'm addicted to learning. But any tips on storing KNF fuel? Might bottle some up to sell. Great idea. Get more people into it. But when you ask that question, let's go to the book, because it always, I may as well promote my book. Available at knfsupport.com or naturalfarminghawaii.net. The KNF recipe book. Let's get into it, and let's go down to the fuel recipe right here. So making fuel from fish amino acid or alligator amino acid or mongoose amino acid or deer amino acid, or I don't know who's made other things from it. You can pig amino acid, rat amino acid, all these different things. So the key is here, it says when you're, store it properly while fermenting, you add your meat layer, your sugar layer, meat layer, sugar layer. Don't chop it up, just add it in. And then put a rock on top. Make sure there's 1/3 airspace in some sort of sealable container. Seal that thing. I use a 5-gallon bucket. And these ratios right here, 5 gallons, 25 gallons. Rock that fits on top. Put that stuff away. Leave it. It will ferment for 3 to 6 months before pouring off. The longer you let it sit, the better. Then you can pour it off, or you can just keep it there and just pour it off as you need it. But the question was, is there any tips for pouring off and storing KNF fuel? And it says filter the liquid through a fine mesh. So filter it through a fine mesh first. That's one tip. And then just keep it out of sunlight, and it'll continue to improve for like 3 years. You get just really good stuff. And the reason to use fish is that you get these omega-3 fatty acids, which are vital, and you get different fats and oils. But if you're doing alligators, you may also get those fats. I don't know. Alligators seem pretty cool to ferment. Alligator amino acid. You could be the new alligator oil salesman instead of a snake oil salesman, right? Ha ha ha. And then this guy over here, Mr. Katz, could come and be like, "You're full of crap, man. You're a silly book guy." Anyone who's name calling like that, you gotta just be like, this guy's probably correct. They probably just don't like him because he's undermining their, thing. They say like a PhD is permanent head damage. I don't know. Seems legit. The introduction of IMO, and if you got permanent head damage, I'm sorry, it's okay. Get more microbes, get your gut biome going, heal. The introduction of IMO into this process will digest those oils, so don't add IMOs to your amino acids at all. IMOs will eat away your fats and oils, and you shouldn't have odor if you add enough sugar. So that's that on tips for this. It shouldn't be, it should be well fermented. The lactobacillus should have it well preserved. You don't need to add lacto to this. That's what naturally occurs in this process. And different microorganisms help break down these amino acids. So that's that. Those are the tips. And then Sidhu is asking about liquid IMO without an air pump effectiveness. So go back to the book, and do I have a liquid IMO? Is there a liquid IMO? There's no liquid IMO in here. There's no liquid IMO. I really should add a little bit about liquid IMO, because there's actually a BMW machine, and it was in previous editions of the book. But speaking of improving the book, I'll add a liquid IMO part to it. But since it's not in my book, let me go over and see if it is in here. Pull up the OG book here, and we'll see this one, agricultural mineral water. Yeah, let's look that up. Number 16. So we'll scroll down. Find number 16. Agricultural mineral water. Make this a little bit bigger. So it is not much to say that farming is a job that relies thoroughly on water. Water is composed of H2O, but various minerals affecting the crops ecology significantly. The contaminated water negatively affects the crop cultivation. The one condition for good farming is preparing good, clear water. And recently in Japan, they're making agricultural water for livestock that has been sold commercially. And that if you're selling it commercially, it makes it important. And there's a significant difference in the crop's yield and quality depending on water quality. It's necessary to build up a energetic body, fluid circulation within healthy crops. So, let's see here. So yeah, here you go. Here's the principles. All water manufacturers give sophisticated explanation of their products, but the basic principle is to strengthen the absorption ability by making water particles smaller. Fortunately, farmers can prepare agricultural mineral water by themselves, so you don't need to buy it. The following method reveals how to make vital water containing abundant minerals and dissolved oxygen by using the waterfall principle and various rocks. Put various rocks and IMO4 in a bag and hang it. Let the water and minerals from the rocks and IMO flow out of the bag to produce the vital water and abundant oxygen materials and microorganisms. So how to make abundant agricultural mineral water. Dig a pond 120 centimeters deep, or a bucket. Cover the bottom with vinyl film to protect the water to permeate. It's like a 55-gallon drum. How much is 128 centimeters? I don't know how big that is, but anyway, because I only know imperial units. It's actually 120 centimeters. I know exactly how deep it is. I don't think in centimeters, so it's hard for me to visualize that. But some of you, Cecily's probably like, I know how much is 120 centimeters. And all you European folks are also doing that. So make an artificial waterfall above the pond. Pump water up with an electric motor and let it fall through the pipe. So basically, you're gonna like drop water down. This is how to make the best BMW. I mean, I also on my website, naturalfarminghawaii.net, I also have a way where I show how to make a small miniature one of these that's super effective. I use it all the time, my BMW brewer. So you put various rocks such as granite into sacks made from rust-free rust-free gauze, meaning like burlap sack or something. Break the rocks so they have sharp edges. Fix the sack with the rock to a level at which the bottom of the sack dips to the water. Don't let the bag submerge. So you want it to be falling on the rocks and hitting the rocks and splashing off of them. We talked a lot about the BMW. In fact, if you look up the BMW, you'll see a bunch of it. Alternative methods may be applicable depending on the farmer's situation. For example, the sack can be fixed on a wooden stick laid across the pool. Okay, it's 4 feet deep. Yeah, thank you, Cecily. You're awesome. Yeah, you probably know both because people that know centimeters have to convert to feet, but people that know feet, it's just like, what do you call a guy who knows 3 languages? They're trilingual. Someone who knows 2 languages, bilingual. 1 language, they're American. Yeah. Put number 4 bag and hang it together with a sack of rock. Oh, so put IMO 4 in a bag and hang it together. So 2 sacks hanging down. Yep. One has rocks, the other has microbes in it. You know, and the let's see, I'll move this over so you guys can see it. The appropriate location for the IMO 4 is where the fallen water flows through the sack and rocks and creates a whirlpool. So again, my vortex brewer makes a whirlpool. So putting the in fact, maybe I should hang well, anyway, my thing basically has a waterfall and a whirlpool built into it. It's a really cool design, really cool thing. The bag of IMO 4 floats at first, then it sinks slowly. The bag floats again after time passes. When the bag floats again, it's time to refill the IMO 4. Usage and effects. There's no special way of using agricultural mineral water. Use it like regular water. It's good for plants and livestock. When pigs and chickens have diarrhea, provide them with this vital water. Use it as drinking water for livestock. It deodorizes manures. It promotes plant growth. It produces mineral-rich crops and improves their storability because they have more minerals. It's more effective to water once with agricultural water than to water 5 times with regular water. So if you want to cut your water usage down by 5 times, just make agricultural oxygenated water with minerals and stop watering the rest of the times. Install the circulation pump to increase the agricultural water. And then there's a figure, which I don't think is in this book. Yeah, there's no figure in this book. But if you do go look back at past office hours and search them, which why don't we just go through that activity right now? We'll just go to knfsupport.com. And one thing and we'll look at the office hours and we'll look up the BMW. I know I called it the AMW there, but here is, office hour episodes here where I've talked about it. Korean-made bacterial mineral water. Continued my brewer here. So at the 1 hour, 5 minute mark, let's go to that and see. So this is my system set up here. Okay, so I have this airlift pump, which is going to that out there. Oh, and this is just a trash can version of it. There's not a vortex on the bottom. This is just a simple trash can version. So this pipe gets plugged into that. Air hose coming up. I do have a better video that's like a paid for thing on my website, and it's actually like way better than this of showing you exactly how I did it. This is kind of an older version. But the basic idea is that the airlift pump lifts this water back up and splashes it around. And then I put a bucket on there with these holes, which this is a bad design, but you can see I'm putting the crystals in there. This one does not work that well. But it'll pump these around, and then I hook this onto that system so that as this water is pumping around in that airlift system, it's hitting these crystals. And then it's going down into the water below. So I kind of got this little dropping the rocks. And this is obviously not 3 meters tall. It's much smaller than that. But so there you go. You can see this here. Office Hours talking about this. We talked about it again here. This episode here again. You know, to aerate or not aerate. So to answer your questions, to do this one right here. This is going to answer your question really well. This episode here. So, you know, knfsupport.com. Search it. Put your topic in there. You got to know it's a BMW. I guess that's the hard part. Is like, but you could also just search, you know, gemstones and crystals. But you also could just search, you know, water into this, and I'm pretty sure water would get you a similar result. It's a bunch of people doing this right now. That's why the site's slow. But yeah, if you look up watering, you know, chicken water, there's a lot of stuff I talk about with water in it. But you know, you could find it by just looking up water or aeration. You know, Korean-made bacterial mineral water, seawater. You know, search water, you find way more information. Regenerative farming improves water retention. All these things. So anyway, you know, search the office hours, man. I've been doing this for a long time, and tons of answers already answered out there, and better than I can answer on the spot. So get out there, check it out. Let's see what else. The gardening refrigerator. Let's see. Goof. You're saying make sure the amino acid is super saturated before capping it off. It should already be super saturated if you added the proper amount of sugar. Should already be. So, but yeah, you could check it and make sure it is. But good on it, man. You're excellent. But should already be super saturated. I'm hoping. Yeah, Solar Gourmet wanted me to continue going on with my wonderful effort if there's only 15 people watching now. Yeah, it's sort of like, man, I take a lot of my time to do this, and like if there's only 50, it's like, oh, but I think, you know, keep going. You never know where the tipping point is, right? It's like, yeah, and thank you for tuning in, and encourage your friends to like, share, subscribe. You know, like if you don't do those things and you like the person, you're just, you know, it's like, man, come on. You should know that already. Every other channel tells you to do it. Like, it's just, you know. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Okay. It would be better perhaps if we did not compare our perceived success to that of others. It can bring you down. I agree. It's good to reflect on the development with a good-minded heart. Yeah. And you know, I just say that because I'm like, I wonder if that algorithm in YouTube is messing with me and like lowering it, and I would be more popular without that. Like, not that I want to like the popular. Like, it's not like I'm like craving popularity, but I'm craving to get the message out further, right? So I'm wondering like if it's me, or if it's the algorithm, or if it's, you know, what and where is the issue, right? And if, you know, if I can find what and where is the issue, then it's something that I can optimize for and fix and get out there. Yeah. And I like this that Hawkeye is talking about, that saturated fat saves lives. Absolutely. I'm a huge advocate of that. But, you know, there's both, you know, you can find people on both extremes. You'll find the forks over knives people that advocate the vegan diet, which to me, I think destabilizes your brain. It's just my personal opinion. You may think other things, but and then the meat diet, which then keeps you balanced and healthy. But some people go full carnivore, and then that's to me that's a little extreme. But I eat enough fat, you know. And when I was a kid, it was funny. Like, we'd always cut the fat off the meat, and now these days I just slice it all up and just eat it all, right? Because the fat is like the good place. It's the flavor. It's Thanksgiving in Canada, is it? Let me look this up. Canadian Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving in Canada. Wikipedia. I'm not going to donate to you. You guys get tons of money. It is October 9th. Oh, it's tomorrow. Happy early Thanksgiving, Canadians. Why do you do that? So, oh, Big West. Oh, you're Canadian. Big West. What's up? Big West in the house. We got Canadians. Happy Thanksgiving. That's right. Eat that turkey. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Make sure if you eat too much, tip for Thanksgiving. If you eat too much, just a little shot of, maybe like an ounce or so of lactobacillus, and then you'll just feel better. Like the lactobacillus helps if you overeat. So just so you know, if you overeat, and then there are people that are actually celiac disease, right? You don't have the thing. So I'm not saying that there's not certain disease type things, but I think there is a if you guys, you guys gave me a bunch of references today. Let me give you one of the references that I was looking up, which I can't show these things on here anymore because they demonetize me, which is this like terrible, you know. But let's see here. The thing I wanted to share with you is what is his name? It's after school, and then shoot, what is it? Oh, Bush, Zack Bush. So this right here, not this one though. Oh, um, let's see. Well, anyways, this guy, this after school page I'm looking at, this guy is like on it in terms of, oh, it's Zack Bush MD. Okay. So this is his website here, Zack Bush MD. He's talking about, he's a cool dude. Tune into him. Healing your gut. This seems like a good one. I don't know why he should have me on there. Well, maybe not. I mean, I'm sure I'd blow his mind. Because he's actually did some stuff for the Farmers Union, and he lives up on North Shore, Oahu. But breathing your biome, our biggest threat to human extinction. So anyway, check out ZackBushMD.com. But I was trying to find, it's Zack Bush MD. That's why I clicked on the wrong link. Let me see. This one right here. I'll put it on, but I'm going to pause it. No, because I don't want it to go. But this interview right here, I'll put this link in the chat. Because this one here, man, if you're having those types of things, you listen to this and then tell me, like, yeah, this thing, man, and the after school guy is cool. He draws all these things to people and like animates their thing. But if you haven't listened to this, man, it's pretty gnarly. Yeah. Oh, and Cecily knows the metric system because she's going to the UK. Man, that's a freaking flight. Australia to the UK. Jeez. Hopefully you have some good podcasts downloaded, and that's a heck of a flight. So, and then Sedu was asking, the videos from my 2018 trip to Korea is not published on YouTube. No, they are not. I have a lot of information that is sitting on this hard drive right here that is not on the internet, believe it or not. There's more. Let's see. Let's just look at this here. This KNF video drive here. Look at this thing. This KNF video drive, and if I get info on it, can I? No. But there is tons of information that is not on the YouTube. So I can't get info on this. No, it won't tell me, but there's terabytes of data. There's terabytes. It's terabytes of data. So there's tons of it that I actually haven't published, and I am hoping that I can make it available in a way that will be more equitable for both of us. So you get value, I get value. It's like the valuetainment guy, you know. We gotta exchange with each other, and some things are super valuable, and so I got to make it worth it. So we've been talking about that. We got a membership committee with the Pure KNF Foundation talking about how we can get this info to you for a membership type of thing and get that all out there. Because if I just keep giving away everything free, like I'm like, oh, there's this other guy, Justin Rhodes, and he has his thing where he's his Abundance Plus thing. I was looking at this here, like, you know, and so his Abundance Plus thing, and he, you know, here's the home here of like what they do. They help people homestead, which is a good thing. You know, I think people should check him out, do these things. And I'm looking at what he's putting out, you know, and then I realized, like, if I go forward to that or back to that, so then he's putting these things out, and it's like for $6.99 a month, you get ad-free vlogs, inspirational documentaries, right? And so you get these things, right, for $6.99 a month. And then for $14.99 you get that, plus then you get permaculture pigs course, learning library and masterclass, private community app, and discounts to homesteading companies, which he actually leaks online automatically. Which, if you want his discounts, took a screenshot of it. They're right here because his website wasn't working properly. So I grabbed a screenshot of those. So if you want his discounts, they're right there. Because it wasn't working properly, which I don't know if this is legit or not, but, you know, it's a glitch. Found it. Gave it to you guys. Whoops. And then for $29 a month, he's giving away this. Plus you get to text him and a monthly live webinar, which I realize it's like, man, I'm already doing all this stuff for free, right? Here we are. I'm doing office hours. You can talk to me. You can ask any question live monthly. You know, and few people, I really appreciate super chats come in. It's great. I do make some money on ads and things, not very much. Most of the money I make from YouTube is from super chats and generous people who decide that what I gave them was valuable, and they send that and it comes my way, and it's like, it's great. Because farming, you know, what I'm doing here, it's expensive, and I spend a lot of time and energy to do this. So it's like one of my jobs, and I get paid less than minimum wage to do it. So, if I did, yeah, well, actually, yeah, Pure KNF Foundation helps me out too. But, so anyway, I realized that putting up a membership and having a small amount of quid pro quo money to us for value for you is probably worth it. So I'll work on that, just to let you know of other things that are out there. And Hawkeye, we should talk about YouTube strategies. Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know, my channel's old and it's not growing. Well, it grows. I mean, it grows, but it grows really slowly. And so I'll get out of here on this one. Any progress on my banana plantation and piglets? Yes, tons of progress. We've been spraying weekly. The bananas to me look like they're recovering. Hey, Cheryl, yes, thank you. Super chats. That is, you know, yeah. So there is value, you know, and Cheryl paying, you know, that $20 there goes a long way. You know, so I appreciate that, and you know, when we do come to it, you probably get a complimentary membership just because. And you've been so generous to the community, and I appreciate all that. And just, you know, there's a few people out there that have been super generous to the community, and like in my efforts, really, I've appreciated it. So, and if people are into the membership, that's good. I would love to do something like that. And oh, it's fun to hear Big West talk about his Canadian Thanksgiving. So, yeah, okay. So, Yeah, Tyler, what's up, brethren? Um, Kathleen, send an email if you want to get in touch with Ben. Send an email to uh Drake at pureknf.org. This email right here, and I can link you two together because he was wanting to link up with you. So I'm gonna drop that my email in the chat there. Oh, a message couldn't be sent. I don't know why, but it's Drake, Drake, at pureknf.org. Oh, there it is. It got sent. It told me it couldn't be sent, and then it was. Okay, so it's like, but I'll link you up with Ben. Get that together. Make these things happen. So, anyway, things are good. Trying to get it all together. Make things work. Keep it all together. Thanks for sharing resources with me. Love sharing resources with you guys. Appreciate you, Cheryl. It's awesome. Keep rocking in Idaho. Hopefully, I can get an update soon. May call you, check in. We'll see. Yeah. Thank you. Lots of permanent head damages are now fully aware of Korean natural farming and damn. Yes. Many advocating farm lactic acid bacteria and IMO. The world is changing rapidly because of economic necessity. Yes. So yeah, I love those folks. Academics are some of my favorite people because they are so knowledgeable. And so it's fun to tell them more. And they're like, whoa. Yeah. Well, the best things are small and secret, I guess, is what it comes down to. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, or don't, because whatever, it's your life. It's our lives together. We're making a better world, doing natural farming. Thanks to the Pure KNF Foundation. Thanks to Master Cho. I really, I don't know where I'd be without him. I don't know what I'd be doing. He got me life on the right place. Hopefully I can convey some of that and some enthusiasm to you to keep you going, learn, dig deep. I learn mostly on my own, finding some resources from him. But, search the office hours thing and, knfsupport.com or pureknf.org. They all get you to the same place. And learn, share, be good person. I'm going to get out of here before I keep repeating myself. But before I do that, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna do 5,000 millisecond curtain close today. So today, what's up, Chris? Thank you. Thanks, brother. Aloha. I'm gonna do a super slow curtain close. So check it. See you later. See you next week. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Bye. Oh, you can still see me. I transition to this other one. Yeah, it's so funny. I do that sometimes. Okay, now I'm going to really do it. Now I'm really going to do it.